wild turkey. I think I got married, but that's beside the point. But don't go out and overdo the White Claws tonight, son.
And like I said, I'll be crying at all the rom-coms Kelly and I are going to watch tonight.
Right. Can we watch another one?
Get another box of tissues for us, please.
Would you give me Kleenex? And can we have some more candy corn or some such? With that, we check in with her. What is going on?
From the UC Health Traffic Center at UC Health, you'll find comprehensive care that's so personal, it makes your best tomorrow possible. That's boundless care for better outcomes. Expect more at uchealth.com. Maring Way, an earlier structure fire now cleared out between 6th and Harriet Street. Though on northbound 75, it's an accident on the exit ramp to Sharon Road. Another accident North Bend Road north of Kirby Avenue. Injuries reported with that one. And on northbound 75, traffic moving slow from Mitchell Avenue to Paddock Road. I'm Eddie Zellick on News Radio 700 WLW.
The forecast from the 700 WLW Weather Center for tonight. Cloudy and cold. The low of 14 for tomorrow. Partly cloudy and the high of 41. It is 25 now. News Radio 700 WLW.
Rocky Boyman here. I played in the NFL, and that's pretty cool. I'm also a published author, and that's pretty cool. I also once shared an elevator with a Dalai Lama, and that's also pretty cool. But none of that compares to hearing the podcast of the Eddie and Rocky Show on the iHeartRadio app. Now that's very cool.
This report is sponsored by OKI Rideshare Program.
If you're listening to this traffic report, you're probably stuck in traffic, wasting time and gas. Carpooling can help fix that. OKI's Rideshare Program will pair you with another commuter to help make things cheaper and easier. Visit rideshare.oki.org and plan your carpool today.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1979. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979 or biglou.com.
Where else can you get a steaming hot sub piled high with grilled meats and veggies, nestle up next to fresh cut fries, and a hand-squeezed lemonade? This meaty, melty, massive hot mess is only at Penn Station. Put it in your face.
Dan Horde for Exercise and Leisure, where they have the ability to offer complimentary 3D design so you can see exactly what your home gym will look like. Cardio, free weights, and more with expert service after the sale. Visit exerciseandleisure.com.
It's doing the little things right and attention to quality to make us the right choice to work on your home. Not just covering your old shingles with new. The continued quality of our work is what you deserve.
Ray St. Clair Roofing.
Judge Napolitano here. Can you believe the chaos we're facing today? Government is out of control, spending is out of control, and the dollar is dying. It's just a matter of time until digital money replaces cash. It's coming fast. So you need to get educated in other ways to invest and preserve the wealth you already have. Start now by calling Lear Capital at 800-927-2400. Get their free report, The Tipping Point. Learn what rising debt and a digital dollar could mean for your retirement. Do what I did. Buy gold from Lear Capital to protect your wealth. Over 25 years experience, thousands of 5-star reviews, and a 24-hour risk-free purchase guarantee. Lear is whom I trust when I buy gold. Get the report and up to $15,000 in bonus gold with a qualifying purchase. Call 800-927-2400. That's 800-927-2400. 800-927-2400.
JeffWeilerNissan.com.
Run a business and not thinking about radio? Think again. Because more people are listening to the radio on iHeart today than they did 20 years ago. And only iHeart Broadcast Radio connects with more Americans than TV, digital, social, any other media. Even twice as many teens than TikTok. Think radio can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, podcasting, and radio. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports, presented by Capital One.
An unrivaled doubleheader tonight on TNT and streaming on Max, with action tipping off at 7 p.m. Eastern when Brittany Griner and Phantom BC take on Brianna Stewart and Mist BC. Both teams still looking for their first win of the young season. Then it's a battle of two 2-0 teams, with Alyssa Thomas and the Laces taking on Ryan Howard and the Vinyl at 8:15 Eastern. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Capital One is a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network. With the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card, you earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase for your business with the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/SparkCash for details.
Rocky's birthday edition.
Yes. And by the way, do you know who else's birthday it is today?
I do not.
A Cincinnatian way more famous than I. Fiona.
Oh, I heard Willie talk
Fiona's
about that
birthday,
earlier.
January 24th, 2017. She was born 6 weeks premature, came out at a paltry 29 pounds.
Right.
Normal hippo babies are like between 60 and 120 pounds.
If you ask my wife, that's what both of our boys weighed, was 29 pounds.
Exactly.
Like, buck up.
Exactly. And by the way, I've done this before, and I had to go back and do it. The whole lineage of, because you got Tucker, and you got BB, and you got Fritz, you got Fiona. So Tucker mated with BB and made Fiona. All right? Now, and then Tucker and BB also made Fritz, but they were trying to mate Tucker and Fiona as well, because Fiona is technically her stepfather, but they're not related. So that's kosher apparently.
I was gonna say, doesn't that seem wrong?
You would think so, but according to zoo officials, it is not. So that's what it is. Tucker and BB made Fiona. They also made Fritz, and hopefully there'll be a baby between Fiona and Tucker someday. I don't think there is one yet.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
I feel a little bad for Fiona, because I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Fiona, when she was born, everybody was like, oh, look, she pulled through and she made it. Now that she's, 8?
Yeah, 8.
She's washed up. She's a washed up hippo celebrity. And I don't know what kind of, I don't know if you can get on, a game show, one of those celebrity game shows, being that lack of
fame. It's kind of like she's like a child star. She's like
right, exactly.
Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of someone like Corey Haim or something. I don't know, you know what I mean? And now it's kind of
Cousin Oliver on Brady Bunch.
There you go. Bingo. Better one. All right.
I didn't watch the Brady Bunch then, but I remember it being on there like, who's the little boy? With that, we head to the News Radio 700 WLW.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
Key former officials having their security stripped. With the 3:30 report, I'm Taryn Johnson. Breaking now in the state of North Carolina earlier today, President Donald Trump confirmed that he's ended the security details of former government officials. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has more.
The president acknowledges he has canceled the security details of several former government officials.
You can't have a security detail for the rest of your life because you work for government.
This week, Trump has ended protections for former National Security Advisor John Bolton, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, and former infectious disease chief Dr. Anthony Fauci.
They all made a lot of money. They can hire their own security, too.
Trump is himself a victim of 2 assassination attempts, and he's entitled by law to lifetime Secret Service protection.
Now for a look at the latest traffic and weather together.
Center at UC Health, you'll find comprehensive care that's so personal it makes your best tomorrow possible. That's boundless care for better outcomes. Expect more at uchealth.com. North Bend Road, it's an injury accident. This is north of Kirby Avenue. Northbound 75, it's an accident. This on the exit ramp to Sharon Road. Northbound 75 between Mitchell Avenue and Paddock Road, traffic moving slow. Looking at a 5-minute delay through there. On the Kentucky side, westbound 275 as the right lane closed down. This near the Kentucky-Indiana state line for repairs to the Carroll Cropper Bridge. It's a 3-minute delay from the Petersburg exit. I'm Eddie Zellick on News Radio 700 WLW.
Now the latest forecast from the Train Heating and Cooling Weather Center on News Radio 700 WLW.
It's still going to be a chilly one out there this afternoon as we see temperatures climb to the low to mid-20s, but we do get a lot of sunshine. The clear skies allow our temperatures to drop down to the teens again for your morning hours tomorrow, but we do see an afternoon high tomorrow close to 40 with a lot of sunshine. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning meteorologist Cameron Harden on News Radio 700 WLW.
Right now, our radar shows clear conditions. We're seeing sunny skies with a temperature of 26 degrees. News is a service of Low T Center. The judge in the Billy Wagner trial is considering a change of venue for the man still facing multiple murder charges and the killings of 8 members of the Roden family nearly a decade ago. Wagner is still pleading not guilty as his sons are serving life sentences and his wife serves decades. Defense attorneys say that Wagner can't get a fair trial in Pike County where the killings happened. In other local news, a leader deciding to run for re-election here in the tri-state.
Cincinnati Mayor Aftab Pureval likes his office, and he wants to stay there for another term. Pureval officially announcing his candidacy for re-election. He said he's determined to keep building on the progress in the city, and it was one of the easiest decisions he's ever made. Pureval will need to qualify in the May primary, and if he's reelected, that'll be it. Cincinnati has term limits of 2 consecutive terms. Then he can run after a 4-year break. November election coming up November 4th. I'm Sandy Collins. News Radio 700 WLW.
On Wall Street, stocks in the red today. The Dow Jones down 196 points, while the NASDAQ has fallen 130. And the S&P has dropped 25. Now for a look at the latest in sports from the Segman.
700 WLW. Sports.
Here's the Bengals update brought to you by Good Spirits Wine and Tobacco in Party Town, 13 convenient locations in northern Kentucky. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow has been voted the Comeback Player of the Year by the Pro Football Writers of America. College basketball tonight, Milwaukee and NKU, 6:30, ESPN 1530. Also, St. Joe's meets Dayton. Tomorrow, UC Bearcats at BYU. Number 19, UConn at Xavier. Miami battles Akron. Vanderbilt will host number 9, Kentucky. High school basketball, Kentucky girls All-A Classic quarterfinals. Brossard over Lexington Christian, 74-46. Kentucky boys All-A Classic tonight, Walton Verona and Danville Christian. Bill Dennison, 700 WLW Sports.
Our next update is at 4 o'clock. I'm Taryn Johnson, News Radio 700 WLW.
700 WLW Cincinnati. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. 700 WLW, an iHeartRadio station.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're going to make a resolution to improve your health. But if you're feeling sluggish and low energy, if your sleep patterns are off, if you've been working out and aren't seeing the gains you used to see, making that resolution may not be so easy. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're feeling the way I just described, we can likely help you with that resolution. because those symptoms probably mean you're suffering with low testosterone. And at Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating this condition. With our low T protocols, if you're like most men, the change will astound you. You'll feel more energy and better mental clarity, your sleep will improve, your workouts will be better, and you'll likely find your sex drive goes up as well. So call us today and get treated for your low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Rocky here. It's a new year and time to keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. If you're lacking energy, muscle mass, or have a low libido, it could be low testosterone. And nobody matches the experts at Low T Center. We all have different T levels, so don't settle for standard dosage. Look for a personalized treatment plan like the one you'll get at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. So go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more of the good life to your life so you can bring home more perfectly plump and flavorful produce picked for precise freshness, beautifully marbled beyond brag-worthy certified Angus beef, and more must-have money-saving M-Perks rewards. Because saving more on local favorites is good, but bringing home more of what you love in every trip, that's the good life. We do more to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
AE Door and Window, the leader in Clopay, garage doors and LiftMaster openers. Learn more at aeDoorsales.com.
Okay, this guy's going to prison forever and ever and ever. You're an SOB. They really like to have an equilibrium. So if a jury is so hacked off that they're going to do that to somebody, they were good and pissed. And I think that's what happened to Bill Miller.
Well, and basically what you're saying is maybe people don't want to do it, but money, or should I say penalty, has a way of perking people's ears up a little bit. Like you said, if not, they just shove it in the drawer. But if you got to pay a penalty, then some boss is going to say, listen, damn it, we can't have this happen again, and get on it or you're fired.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it's the punitive damages that kind of get us as civilians, as just laymen, just people reading the news. It's the punitive damages that kind of make us go, well, this lady doesn't get. Why does she need $2.8 million for this? But to your point, that's exactly okay. This guy's going to prison forever and ever and ever. You're an SOB. They really like to have an equilibrium. So if a jury is so hacked off that they're going to do that to somebody, they were good and pissed. And I think that's what happened to Bill Miller.
Well, and basically what you're saying is maybe people don't want to do it, but money, or should I say penalty, has a way of perking people's ears up a little bit. Like you said, if not, they just shove it in the drawer. But if you got to pay a penalty, then some boss is going to say, listen, damn it, we can't have this happen again, and get on it or you're fired.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it's the punitive damages that kind of get us as civilians, as just laymen, just people reading the news. It's the punitive damages that kind of make us go, well, this lady doesn't get. Why does she need $2.8 million for this? But to your point, that's exactly right. It is the penalty. And plaintiffs' lawyers, I view plaintiffs' lawyers kind of like spiders. Like I don't like spiders. Okay. I mean, I'm not, and I'll tell you this much. I mean, I'm not a member of the NRA, and I don't own a gun. The only reason I would buy a gun is because of spiders. Okay. If I ever saw a tarantula, oh my God, I would sell my house. I mean, flip out. I would go and I would. So, but
you live in Texas where they have, spiders the size of Frisbee. So, okay. I'm with you.
Go to Australia sometime. One of the lawyers in our office. Have you ever? They've got these spiders that, I mean, you couldn't kill them with a baseball bat. It's horrific. I would never. I'm not going south of the equator. But these things, and I'm told they're gentle and they're harm. Whatever. Whatever. No.
Yeah,
So. Plaintiffs' lawyers are like spiders. They're ugly, they're creepy, they're scary. Nobody likes them, but you would miss them if they were gone. Because what a plaintiff lawyer will do is they'll spend their own private money chasing down this company who's going to make sure that your wife, your daughter, your son isn't handed a whole bunch of hot lava. And the other thing the lawyer told me was it was supposed to be in a styrofoam cup. Like the company's policy was you were supposed to serve, and they served it, they were out, and so they served it in one of those little plastic things,
Okay.
So 189 degrees in that thing, yeah, that's going to go wrong. So the alternative is we can pay more taxes and have more government and have more rules and regulations that everybody hates. We could legislate how hot your hot sauce could be, but man, we don't want those kinds of laws. We don't want government getting in the way that much. So the plaintiff lawyer serves a function. That's why they're like the spiders,
We were talking to Jeremy Rosenthal, and Jeremy, you're talking about pissed off juries. How, as a lawyer, do you defend against that? Do you go in there and go, oh, man, I'm so screwed? Can you just say, I don't want these people, or how does that work?
You get, okay, and look, I'm a criminal lawyer, so I get jurors that are good and pissed off. They don't like a lot of times what my client has done or is accused of, or sometimes that they can prove. So what you have to, when you're picking a jury, you have, in Texas, we have the right to, we have challenges. We can challenge a juror who we don't think is going to agree with us. So we just tell them, look, I mean, guys, let's, who here is a Cincinnati Bearcat fan, right? And then they all raise their hands, and then, okay, Texas Tech is better than you. Because I think, didn't we come in there and win the other night? I think we did.
Yes, you did.
Anyway. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. That's
come
right.
on now, man.
He's really good at it. He found a way to... If you would bet me $1 million, you're going to slip a Texas Tech reference in.
He did it during football season. Now he's carrying it over to basketball.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We beat you in football, too. Oh, God, that's right. Okay.
I wonder if our baseball teams play each other?
Probably. Probably. You don't want to mess with us there because we're, like, consistently top 10. Okay, but anyway, I forgot where I was going. In jury selection, we're allowed to shop for people. We're allowed to talk to people and get their opinions about things. And if you and you're allowed to strike a juror who's just never going to agree with you. You go back to the Donald Trump jury trial, classic example, hardest jury to pick in American history because you have a super recognizable, super polarizing figure that, and Donald Trump's lawyers are, okay, who here hates Donald Trump and will never vote for him or will always vote to convict him? And you're going to get 2/3 of that room because you're in New York State that's just going to raise their hand. Those people can't be fair, and they're struck. And the prosecution's doing the same thing. Who here just will vote against us because you love them so much? You're looking for biases, and where I talk about Texas Tech and Cincinnati is you say, look, folks, who here will never agree that Cincinnati is better, and people and you'll get people who agree that, look, there are Packers fans, there are Cowboys fans, and you're never going to convince the Packer people that the Cowboys are better, and so who here and people have really, and you don't think of it this way because we're talking about barbecue sauce, but if you are the lawyer, what you go in there and you say is, okay, who's got a strong opinion about lawsuits? Who's got a strong opinion about negligence? Who's got a strong opinion about damages? And you look at people's faces, you look at their expressions, and they'll fold their arms and, oh, I can be fair, and they kind of, and they're like, okay, gotcha. You can't be fair. So you're allowed to strike certain jurors that won't. That will never see it your way, and that's pretty critical. So that's why you're able to get rid of some of those people. And Bill Miller's lawyers evidently didn't do well. They didn't do well enough at that part of it.
All right, with that, Jeremy, what the world needs is people like Rocky and I who will go in and tell it like it is, depending on how we feel that day.
And there you. And don't go to San Antonio. By the way, look, barbecue in the morning in San Antonio. I've lived there. It's You know, that could hurt some feelings. You know, you guys might not make it on a jury panel down there. I was going
to say, I mean, the barbecue in the morning has got to be like the barbecue from the night before, right?
Correct.
I mean,
I can get up and go, what do I have in the fridge? This is cool. I'm good.
It ages so well. It's fine.
Yes.
You know, really, yeah. That's why I don't live there anymore. So, okay.
With that,
Thanks,
Jeremy, we will go write yourself some more Texas Tech jokes. So when we talk to you next time, it'll be basketball season, or you'll pick on women's volleyball or some such. We'll figure it out.
You guys have the Buckeyes too, right? I think you guys can pull rank. Yeah. So I think
we're claiming them. Yes, absolutely.
Well, we have the Buckeyes. I have the Buckeyes. Rocky's a Notre Dame fan, but that's another day. With that, Jeremy, we will let you go. Thanks, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Jeremy Rosenthal. So, but that. I love talking about stuff like that. I don't understand it.
Well, he's right.
It's fun to talk about.
Yeah, I think people see the amounts and they go, "Oh my God, really? Millions of dollars for a hot coffee?"
Yeah. It's human nature.
But I mean, there is something to be said about, you know, making sure it doesn't happen again. And the only way that happens is when someone is punished financially. If you just say, you know what, don't make that coffee hotter again, they're going to, okay, and nothing's done. So I guess this is a way of looking out for you and I.
With that, we check in with traffic and weather. What is going on?
From the UC Health Traffic Center at UC Health, you'll find comprehensive care that's so personal, it makes your best tomorrow possible. That's boundless care for better outcomes. Expect more at uchealth.com. Westbound 275 after the Petersburg exit, it's an accident that off onto the left shoulder. Eastbound Ronald Reagan Highway, right lane blocked from an accident between Blue Ash Road and I-71. A minute or two worth of delays in through there. On southbound 75 at 7th Street, it's a disabled vehicle blocking off the left lane, and an accident Loveland Madeira Road near South Lebanon Road. I'm Eddie Zellick on News Radio 700 WLW.
The forecast from the 700 WLW Weather Center for tonight: cloudy and cold. The low of 14 for tomorrow. Partly cloudy and the high of 41. It is 25 now. News Radio 700 WLW.
This report is sponsored by Miami Valley Gaming.
Live harness racing is back in Miami Valley Gaming Sunday through Thursday at 4. See you at the track at MVG.
Must be 21. Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline 1-800-589-9966 or visit org.ohio.gov. Ready to take a break? Visit timeoutohio.com.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 or even a couple of $100,000 right now? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. It's Eddie. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cash so you can pay off all your credit cards or start your home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options, and there's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, and often no appraisal. Listen up. The average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, and if you act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com, 513-800-1550. It's your money. Get on it. Get the money you need for anything. 513-800-1550, LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
At Genesis Diamonds, it's not just a new year. It's a new opportunity to bring you more choices, more value, more ways to celebrate your love. So we've expanded our selection of exquisite hand-picked diamonds from a half carat to 15 carats, all shapes, all sizes, all at our famous no middleman prices. We've also got lab-grown diamonds of the highest quality at prices way below what you'd see at other jewelers. We've also brought in even more exclusive designer jewelry, new cutting-edge fashion-forward rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, pendants, things you can't find anywhere else. And of course, Genesis is proud to offer a truly spectacular collection of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. We have all the most popular models in stock. Is this the year you reward yourself with a premier name in timepieces? Come to Genesis in 2025 and let our non-commission experts help you celebrate those important milestones. We guarantee the best value, the highest quality, and the strongest warranties and guarantees in the jewelry industry. Genesis Diamonds and luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces on Montgomery Road.
Dan Horde for Exercise and Leisure. If your schedule keeps you from getting to the gym like me, save time with a home gym from Exercise and Leisure. From cardio to free weights and more, they'll create the perfect home gym for you. Since 1936, visit exerciseandleisure.com.
This is your Friday Sports Minute, brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas.
It's Championship Sunday in the NFL. First in the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles host the Washington Commanders in what will be a cold but sunny day in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts banged up, but the quarterback good to go for the Eagles. A 6-point home favorite are the Philadelphia Eagles. Over under total points, 47.5. In the AFC Championship game, the Kansas City Chiefs play host to the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be in the upper 20s at kickoff from Arrowhead Stadium. Cold, but no snow. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, a 2-point home favorite. Over under 47.5 points.
New BetMGM customers can download the app today using code MINUTE to receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if they don't win their first bet. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus to wager. New customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Rocky here. It's a new year and time to keep that promise of getting your testosterone levels checked. If you're lacking energy, muscle mass, or have a low libido, it could be low testosterone. And nobody matches the experts at Low T Center. We all have different T levels, so don't settle for standard dosage. Look for a personalized treatment plan like the one you'll get at Low T Center. And for current patients, Low T Center offers a $150 referral credit when you refer a new patient. So go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. Join me and former NFL quarterback Matt Castle for our new podcast, Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle. Between us, we have over 17,500 passing yards, multiple New York Times bestsellers, and one Mirrorball trophy from Dancing with the Stars. So where else are you going to find a show with that much athleticism and football insight? Listen to Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart.
Open your free iHeart app and search Lots to Say with Bobby Bones and Matt Castle and start listening.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Joe Burrow has a chance to add lots of hardware to his collection. He's up for 3 NFL awards, including MVP. College hoops this weekend. Dayton hosts St. Joe's tonight. Xavier hosts number 18 UConn, and Cincy visits BYU tomorrow. And it's conference championship weekend in the NFL. Sunday's AFC title game has the Bills at the Chiefs, and the current DraftKings line is plus 120 for Buffalo's James Cook to score any one touchdown. I'm Scott Davidson.
At Mercedes-Benz, there's a reason they go the extra mile. From testing their vehicles in desert heat and Arctic cold to creating AI that can anticipate your needs and preferences on the road, they demand that every car is worthy of their star because it's Mercedes-Benz.
News, traffic, and weather. News Radio 700 WLW, Cincinnati.
Looking to confirm one of the president's nominees with the 430 report. I'm Taryn Johnson. Breaking now, Pete Hegseth, the former Fox News host and President Donald Trump's pick to be Secretary of Defense, is expected to be confirmed by the Senate tonight. ABC's Jay O'Brien reports.
It looks like he has the Republican votes he needs. That vote is going to be around 9 o'clock tonight, depending on Senate procedure. And Hegseth does have 2 Republican no votes right now, Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins, the 2 moderates in the chamber. But it's unclear if they have any others joining them here. We're keeping a close eye on Mitch McConnell, the former top Republican in the Senate. He has not publicly said which way he's going to go on Hegseth. He's been very tight-lipped. He voted yes on a key procedural vote.
Now for a look at the latest traffic and weather together.
From the UC Health Traffic Center at UC Health, you'll find comprehensive care that's so personal it makes your best tomorrow possible. That's boundless care for better outcomes. Expect more at uchealth.com. Northbound 75 at Western Hills Viaduct, the right lane blocked off. That is from an accident. Southbound 75 at 7th Street, the left lane blocked from a disabled vehicle. On westbound 275 after the Petersburg exit, accident there, that is off onto the left shoulder. Westbound State Route 125, an accident between Davis and Airport Road, and westbound State Route 63, an accident between I-75 and American Way. I'm Eddie Zalek on News Radio 700 WLW.
Now the latest forecast from the Train Heating and Cooling Weather Center on News Radio 700 WLW.
Let's go through the rest of your afternoon and evening. We'll continue to see clear skies, but cold temperatures. Mid-20s out there, but wind chill into the single digits and low teens. That'll get even worse overnight tonight. Clouds do build overnight tonight as temperatures fall down towards 15 in Cincinnati into upper single digits and low teens outside of the city, but the wind chill could fall as far as 4 below zero. Out the door as we head on into Saturday, we start to warm, mostly cloudy with a high of 38. From your severe weather station, I'm 9 First Warning meteorologist Brandon Spinner, News Radio 700 WLW.
Our radar is showing clear conditions. We have mostly sunny skies with a temperature of 25 degrees right now in the tri-state. We have learned the identity of a missing person who was recovered from a submerged car in the Great Miami River in Hamilton earlier this week. The Butler County coroner has identified the person as 57-year-old Damian Varner. Detectives followed a missing person report on Tuesday afternoon, and they were able to locate the SUV that Varner was in under the frozen river. Both the vehicle and Varner were recovered around 10 p.m. Tuesday evening. The incident is being ruled an accident. In other local news, pushing for more than one show a year.
She says it's another example of why Hamilton County needs a new lease with the Bengals over use of Paycor Stadium. Commissioner Alicia Reese says the stadium should be hosting more than one concert this summer, but under the current lease, the Bengals dictate how the stadium's used.
We've got to get more revenue out of that. You know, I've been talking about it, so now they moved to one major concert a year, as well as the festival that's always been there. And it's a step in the right direction, but we got to do a lot more.
Reese says there's a number of big acts that could be playing Cincinnati in addition to Billy Joel this summer. Kendrick Lamar, Post Malone, Coldplay, Shakira, all doing stadium tours, but they've left Cincinnati off the list of stops. I'm Brian Combs, News Radio 700 WLW.
On Wall Street, winding down the day, the Dow Jones down 140 points, while the NASDAQ has fallen 99, and the S&P down 17. Now for the latest in sports from the Segman.
700 WLW. Sports.
Here's a Bengals update brought to you by Good Spirits Wine and Tobacco in Party Town, 13 convenient locations in northern Kentucky. Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow has been voted the Comeback Player of the Year by the Pro Football Writers of America. College basketball tonight, Milwaukee and NKU, 6:30, ESPN 1530. Also, St. Joe's meets Dayton. Tomorrow, UC Bearcats at BYU. Number 19, UConn at Xavier. Miami battles Akron. Vanderbilt will host number 9, Kentucky. High school basketball, Kentucky girls All-A Classic quarterfinals. Brossard over Lexington Christian, 74-46. Kentucky Boys All-A Classic tonight, Walton Verona and Danville Christian. Bill Dennison, 700 WLW Sports.
Our next update's at 5 o'clock. I'm Taryn Johnson, News Radio 700 WLW.
I'm starting the new year by making my home feel like new with insanely clean carpets from Zerorez. Take advantage of the New Year sale now. 3 rooms of carpet clean, only $119 when you mention me, Bill Cunningham, and get a hallway clean free. Schedule online, ZeroCincy.com.
Chase Rumpke here for Driveway Dumpsters. If you've got junk, yard waste, or debris, let us help you get it out of the way. Always the perfect size, residential or commercial, at an unbeatable price. Call Driveway Dumpsters at 513-600-2637. That's 513-600-2637.
With a grand in your hand, you could get professional throwing axes. No. Or maybe something else. A grand in your hand, you could win $1,000. Listen for your chances to win every weekday.
It's doing the little things right and attention to quality to make us the right choice to work on your home. Not just covering your old shingles with new. The continued quality of our work is what you deserve.
Ray St. Clair Roofing.
Metro is your way to go all over Hamilton County. Whether you're cheering on our hometown teams, grabbing a 5-way at your favorite chili spot, or heading up the hill for a night on the town, Metro makes it easy, affordable, and comfortable with 24/7 service on 7 key routes. More weekend options, increased frequency, and new buses loaded with free Wi-Fi and charging ports. Metro has elevated your transit experience. So why wait? Skip the traffic and parking and make Metro your way to go. Plan your trip today at go-metro.com.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. So whatever your customers are into, true crime, sports, comedy, culture, they'll hear your message. Plus, only iHeart can extend your message to audiences across broadcast radio. And all this reach means everything. Just think about the universal marketing formula. The number of consumers who hear your message times the response rate equals the results. Now let's get those results growing for you. Think podcasting can help your business? Think iHeart. Streaming, radio, and podcasting. Let us show you at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com. Or call 844-844-iHeart. One more time, call 844-844-iHeart and get podcasting working for you.
Rocky here for Bud Herbert Motors, Cincinnati's hometown equipment dealer. Are you tired of cheap equipment? Bud Herbert sells quality equipment such as John Deere tractors, Steel chainsaws, trimmers, and Honda power equipment. 2 locations, Cincinnati and Harrison, Bud Herbert Motors.
Hey, Cincinnati, it's Tony Pike here. You know where I go when I'm hungry and needing some hot grilled subs, fresh cut fries, or freshly squeezed lemonade? It's Penn Station. We're at Penn Station every single day. They grill, they fry, they bake, and they care.
All right, back with Eddie and Rocky. You're on Rocky's birthday. Dude, I'm not going to let this go.
I was going to say, you are really laying it on me, Ed. Are you trying to get frisky with me later or something, or what?
No, I know you're going out with your wife, so I know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have one too many White Claw, and you're going to pass out in her lap while you're crying, watching,
The Notebook. Yes.
You Got Mail.
That's right. I'm never have been one to make a big deal of my birthday and all that stuff, but I certainly appreciate everyone who wished me well today.
Well, no, I saw you on first thing this morning. I saw your Facebook pop up because I never remember your exact date of your birthday, and I'm sure you don't remember the exact date of mine. But I know we're close together.
Yeah.
Then as soon as I saw it on Facebook, I was like, I'm going to totally ignore this until we get on the air. So that's the reason I'm saturating you.
Laying it on me
with birthday love, because I know that's going to happen with you later with your wife.
Oh yeah.
You guys are going out. He's going out for a fancy. Let me tell you something. And I got to say where you're going. He's gone out for a fancy dinner tonight. He never does that.
Never go out to a fancy dinner. Usually have, 3 kids or more in tow. That's just me.
And why are you doing it?
What's that?
Why are you doing it?
Oh, it's birthday, right?
You have gift cards.
I have gift cards. True. So I probably wouldn't be going there. Nevertheless, well, I told you earlier, I share a birthday with Fiona, the famous hippo here in town. But also on this day in history, January 24th, 1935, canned beer debuts. How about that?
How would you like to have one of those first jobbers?
I bet those were cruddy. In a partnership with the American Can Company, the Gottfried Kruger Brewing Company delivered 2,000 cans of Kruger's Finest Beer and Kruger's Cream Ale to faithful Kruger drinkers in Richmond, Virginia. 91% of the drinkers approved of the canned beer, giving Kruger the green light to go ahead and further production. By the late 19th century, cans were instrumental in mass distribution of foods, but it wasn't until 1909 that the American Can Company made its first attempt to can beer. Early on, Ed, it was very, very unsuccessful. The American Can Company would have to wait to the end of Prohibition in the United States before they tried it again. Finally, in 1933, 2 more years of research, they developed a can that was pressurized and had a special coating to prevent the beer from, reacting with the tin and poisoning people to death.
Becoming poison.
Right, exactly. And early on, it was kind of it was proving hard to sell, right? Like just people like bottled beer. Hell, if you gave me a choice right now, I'd take a bottle of beer over a can of beer.
I'll take beer in a bottle every time.
But there's, of course, a lot of benefits of cans. Cans, of course, didn't require the consumer to pay a deposit. Cans are easy to stack, more durable. You know, if you knock over a case of canned beer, no problem. You do that with bottles, it's all over the place. As a result, their popularity continued to grow throughout the 1930s, exploded in World War II when U.S. brewers shipped millions of cans of beer to soldiers overseas. After the war, the national brewing companies began to take advantage of mass distribution that cans made possible, and they're able to consolidate their power, which basically so not one company couldn't own and control everything. Today, canned beer accounts for approximately 65% of the $45 billion U.S. beer industry.
Wow.
Not all of this, of course, comes from the big brewers. There's lots of craft brewers and microbrewers and high-end beer sellers, yada, yada, yada. And all thanks to the American Can Company way back in 1935. They made canned beer possible.
Now, because I don't think I do you remember having to open a can of pop or beer with a church key like what they used to call it?
I don't remember having to do that, although
Do you remember having the pull tabs?
I remember the pull tabs. I remember my dad's Stroh's came in with pull tabs on the cans, and I believe some of the early Coke or Pepsi did as well. So I remember that. I was little, but I remember that. I don't remember where you had to stick the can opener in it, though.
But people used to make, and maybe some can call and talk to us about it, but used to make big, like, chains and stuff. I don't know. But people used to do weird stuff like make gum wrapper chains, and they would do beer tab chains and stuff like that.
I'll tell you the one I never understood, and if someone out there can answer this for me, remember people would even now, you take the tab and you pop it off the can and you like save it in a milk jug. Can somebody tell me, is that like worth something? Is a milk carton full of tabs off a can of pop or a beer worth money or something? Why do people still do that?
See, I think you can take them and cash them in.
Yeah,
but I can't imagine. But you would have to literally save those for 19 years to make about $14 or something. I don't know.
I mean, if you're going to turn in for money, just crush the whole can and take it into the recycling place and the metal exchange place to give you a few cents for it. But I never understood why the saving of the tabs. I get it.
When I was a kid, there was at the end of our street there was a junkyard, and me and my buddies would go over there. And now this is going to sound really like little rascally. But we would go through the junkyard and take copper, and people do this now big time, go into construction sites and steal copper tubing and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. They'll go up to your air conditioner outside while you're in the house and do it. Yeah.
And we went to the junkyard, and we would take copper wiring and stuff, and there was like 5 or 6 of us. So we could harvest a little bit of copper, and there was a junk place right down the street. And, between the 5 of us, we'd split like $8.
Oh yeah, no, I've done my share of scrapping in this life. Yeah, it's a good way to make a couple bucks. All right, Ed, we have put out the call, and the people have answered. Let's go to Terry. Terry, you have an answer about why people collect the tabs off the pop and beer cans.
There you go. Yeah.
I do. Hey, Rocky.
Hey,
Eddie. Thanks for taking my call. Sure. Ronald McDonald House will collect those, or you collect them. Yeah. The firehouse where I worked at, churches and stuff, we collect house, and they will turn them in, and they get money for it to use for products and things they need at the house for the families that stay there.
Okay, but is it a reason? Is the reason it's just the pull the tab off the can? Why not the whole can? Why not just recycle all the cans? I guess easier to store, or what is it?
I think storage may be an issue for that. There's this big container there in the foyer, and the kids get excitement out of it when we bring them in, and like you pour it in, they weigh them. So then when they do take them to the place where they recycle them, they can keep track of how much weight they're bringing, because I guess they get paid by the weight. But there's a huge container in the foyer, and it's kind of neat to see. The kids get excitement out of that. And a lot of times they'll provide these little bitty cardboard houses that it looks like the shape of a house, and you put the tab through the chimney, and it has Ronald McDonald on it. So you may see those sitting around like at the firehouse, or sometimes restaurants have them on the counters. But and I would say my guess would be the space of the can, the whole can would be an issue for them. You know, like
because
now
pound
my dad,
for pound, the tab has the most weight to it of the whole.
Well, I would say, and honestly too, Rocky, I think the tab may not be fully aluminum, so it may be that is maybe not recyclable. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but but you know, like I was going to say, my dad's 85. He's retired. He crushes cans. He loves it and takes them to aluminum. Gets a little money, you know. So we do recycle, but there's your answer for the tabs, and I think it's a wonderful program.
All right, very good, Terry. Thank you so much for the call.
Thanks, Terry.
Appreciate it. And then we got another one. Maybe there's another answer about the tabs. Carl, do you have an answer for why the tabs are collected? Something different, maybe?
Hey, Rocky. Hey, I was at a function the other day, and the guy said that they save them for the Shriners so that they can do a little bit something like what Ronald McDonald House did.
Okay, so same sort of situation. So, and Carl, thank you. Yeah, I guess of all the parts of the can, that's the part that weighs the most, and maybe it has a little bit different metal in it.
Why is it worth something, though? I don't think anybody's answered that. If you can't, you know, like Terry was saying, I don't think it's all aluminum, so you can't recycle it, but I don't know.
I guess it's, you know, most people can't crush up hundreds of cans, but if you take the tabs off, that the tab itself weighs probably the most part. You know, if you broke up the different parts of the can.
But if it's not all aluminum, you're going to have to, you know.
Ed, I'm not a metallurgist. I don't
that's
know.
what I'm only asking. I don't know what. Are there people who collect these? Oh, that's the rare, you know, Coke Zero from 1989.
The 89 Zero, boy, that was the year. That was the year.
I can't believe you got that, dude.
But I'll tell you what I did. What I do remember about the pool tabs is you said like take those off and put them on your fingers. You'd have like a claw out of the scary movies. You know, that was cool.
Well, kind of a tiny little Freddy Krueger.
You know, Freddy Krueger. That's exactly right.
Or Wolverine, or for you youngsters, Freddy or Wolverine.
Yes.
So let's check in with traffic and weather. What is going on?
From the UC Health Traffic Center at UC Health, you'll find comprehensive care that's so personal, it makes your best tomorrow possible. That's boundless care for better outcomes. Expect more at uchealth.com. Accident cleared away westbound 275. That's after the Petersburg exit. Northbound 75 at Western Hills Viaduct. The right lane is blocked off from a crash. Traffic moving slow from Ezard Charles Drive, about a 2-3 minute delay. On Glenway Avenue, it's an accident at Glenmore Avenue. And southbound 75 at 7th Street, the left lane blocked from a disabled vehicle. I'm Eddie Zellick on News Radio 700 WLW.
The forecast from the 700 WLW Weather Center for tonight. Cloudy and cold, the low of 14 for tomorrow. Partly cloudy and the high of 41. It is 25 now. News Radio 700 WLW.
Last night, I had another dream about Mike McConnell.
Last night, I dreamt my leg was made of fudge, and a group of hobos tried to hold me down and lick it.
If I had a fudge leg, I'd probably eat it for breakfast while listening to Mike.
Starting your day getting everything you need to know from me, Mike McConnell makes you feel good.
His voice, his brain, his humor, I love it.
And when you feel good, you look good.
I look good with a fudge leg.
Be a morning lover with Mike McConnell. Monday morning at 5 on 700 WLW.
when the wildfire struck Los Angeles.
Severe fire weather conditions.
First responders from near and far came to the rescue.
All fire departments and all law enforcement will be prepared.
Now the music community has joined together to help at Fire Aid, a historic fundraising concert for the recovery of Los Angeles. Thursday night, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. Live on the free iHeartRadio app's Hit Nation station.
And give what you can now at fireaidla.org.
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47 Morning Update with me, Ben Ferguson. All the headlines from Trump's Oval Office. It's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcasts.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9924. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9924. That's 800-575-9924. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Attention neuropathy sufferers. Amazing research has now shown that neuropathy symptoms can be reversed. One patient, Andrew, had constant burning and painful feet. But after just 2 treatments, he had a 50% improvement in his symptoms. He was able to sleep through the night and regain sensation. He now walks better, has improved balance, and has reduced his neuropathy medications. So call Elite Physical Medicine at 513-866-7300 to reverse your neuropathy without prescriptions or addictive medications. Left untreated, neuropathy can lead to foot, toe, or leg amputation. So don't wait. Call Elite Physical Medicine at 513-866-7300. The first 25 callers will receive a full exam and an in-depth consultation absolutely free. That's 513-866-7300.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Wait, call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
At Genesis Diamonds, it's not just a new year. It's a new opportunity to bring you more choices, more value, more ways to celebrate your love. So we've expanded our selection of exquisite hand-picked diamonds from a half carat to 15 carats, all shapes, all sizes, all at our famous no middleman prices. We've also got lab-grown diamonds of the highest quality at prices way below what you'd see at other jewelers. We've also brought in even more exclusive designer jewelry, new cutting-edge fashion-forward rings, earrings, bands, bracelets, pendants, things you can't find anywhere else. And of course, Genesis is proud to offer a truly spectacular collection of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. We have all the most popular models in stock. Is this the year you reward yourself with a premier name and timepieces? Come to Genesis in 2025 and let our non-commission experts help you celebrate those important milestones. We guarantee the best value, the highest quality, and the strongest warranties and guarantees in the jewelry industry. Genesis and luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces on Montgomery Road.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. and that place is ZipRecruiter.